Episode 1 with Chris Egan Roxas of XS Multimedia. You're listening to Kendrick Loves to Brand, the branding podcast featuring stories and lessons from entrepreneurs and brand builders so you can get inspiration, insights, strategies, and tactics as you create your own game-changing brand. Welcome to the show, Chris. I'm very honored that you agreed to be my first guest. Actually, there's a story behind that. The reason why I wanted Chris to be the first guest. But before that, I'll turn over the floor to you and let you introduce yourself for those of our guests who don't know who you are.
Okay, so hi. It's my honor as well that you invited me here in your podcast as your first guest. So yeah, my name is Chris Egan Roxas, and I'm the CEO and founder of the XS Multimedia Group. So we are composed of different companies. We do have a virtual tour company, and we do have a creatives company. We do have an agency, and we do have a counterpart, a regional company in Singapore. So yeah.
So how did you get into, how did you start XS Group? When did you start? How did you start?
When did I start? I started as a freelancer way back 2011. So, it was a time that people or agencies want to do a one-stop shop, that they want to do everything for a brand. And then during that time, I have ADD kasi. So, since I have ADD, what I learned from my past works, I used to be an art director in GMA. So what I learned from my past work, parang in-apply ko siya. And then, lahat ng natutunan ko doon, na-realize ko, I can do pala siya at once. So what I did is, I simplified all the processes of agencies. And traditional agencies or upcoming agencies, I simplified that. And I can confidently say that we were the few ones that mastered the idea of a one-stop shop for brands. So we do advertising, marketing, we do video production, we do animation. Actually, that's one of our specialty, 3D and 2D animation. We do concepts, we do branding. So from there, it spanned out. So hindi ko naman alam na, actually wala akong idea na, gawa ko ng company. It's just, I was just a freelancer. Nakukuha ko I closed the deal. And then nung na-close ko yung deal, bumili ako ng computer. Pagbili ko ng computer, nag-hire ako dahil tamad ako gumawa ng mga taxes and shit. Yeah. So, parang ginawa ko, nag-hire ako isa, and then dumami siya ulit. Naka-close ulit ng deal. I got my friends na freelancers then, and then we formed a team. And then from there, nakakuha ulit kami ng deal, and then I hired an art director, I hired a copywriter, and then I hired an animator, and then lumaki siya ng lumaki. I don't have a business background, just to be clear. I don't have a business background. Up to this moment, I'm still learning the business. I'm still learning kung ano ang debit credit, what else? Yung mga ang overhead sales projections, hindi ko siya alam.
All the finance stuff.
All the finance stuff. But what I know is I do believe in my product, and what I know is what I know. And that's what I'm good at. So from there, from the product, it scaled to what is XS now.
So actually, interesting story. I actually brought something here today.
Uy, gawa ko yan!
Yeah, so obviously you guys can't see this, but I have here the very first calling card
Ba't yun yung
of
style ko pa
Antidote.
dati?
So this is back 2000. This is back 2008.
Minimalist na kasi ngayon.
Yeah,
pero ang dami ko pang design. Oy, pero maganda pala to.
Yeah, of course.
This is nice pala. Pero
yeah, so what Chris
may
is holding...
revisions ako dito.
Actually, what Chris is holding is my very first calling card in Antidote. First company logo that he designed way back 2008. You were still in GMA.
2008, yeah.
My sister-in-law, Ella, was the one who referred you to me because I was looking for somebody who helped design. This is the time I decided to start my own branding firm. So syempre nag-start ng branding firm. I don't even do my own design. I do the strategy. So the first thing I needed was a calling card, company logo. So my sister-in-law Ella referred me to you, and that's the card that you made actually. Kaya I've kept that all these years.
This is nice. Mas maliit lang sana to, tapos may revision talaga ako dito.
And that's the mark of a true creative. Diba? Parang when you look back at your work years ago, syempre, parang you always want to improve on it.
Yeah. But it's nice. Oh, natutuwa ako.
Blast from the past.
Yeah.
So actually, going back to what you were saying, so when you started this, how did you get your first client? Like coming from being a freelancer, how did you get that first client?
Ayun. So ito siya. So I always tell this and impart this to all my talks and interviews, just like the same dito sa podcast. So, nung time na yun, meron na akong nakukuhang mga clients. So, meron na akong mga nakukuhang clients, pero as freelancer. Okay. And then, this company called me. Malaki sila sa Philippines. So, they called me. I thought it was a freelancing job. So, pumunta ako dun, and then they asked me, eto may briefing, ganyan. So, I thought pa rin, it's a freelancing job. And then, I did the deck, and I did the pitch for them, and I never thought na pang-agency pala siya. Hindi ko alam na pang-agency yung presentation.
You didn't know they were calling for agencies to pitch?
I didn't know. And then, ang nangyari was, I presented, tapos yung kung detailed pa, I was wearing a shirt lang. And then shirt, pants, normal. And then nakita ko kasi from the conference room, lumabas mga naka-blazer. Parang mga naka-blazer, takong
from a different agency.
Yeah. I didn't know. From different agencies sila. Basta may lumabas. Tapos sabi ko, parang may mga tao, tapos parang may schedule ako at may pila. Freelancer ako. Parang yun lang, kwentuhan lang. Akala ko kwentuhan lang and then I'll do the job. Yeah. So yun pala, I presented the concept. I presented the campaign. And then from then on, nalaman ko, it's a job for an agency. And then, Nalala ko doon, tapos tinanong ako, where's your agency? Where's your team? Tapos ang sinabi ko, yun yung pinaka-exact question, where's your team? Where's your office? Mga ganun. Yeah. Tapos ba't daw mag-isa lang daw ako? Ang sabi ko, they're busy doing other projects. And parang yun. They're very busy making on other stuff. So mga projects namin. Pero time na yun, ako lang mag-isa. So from there, ang panibago kong problema, fuck, wala akong team. Yeah. Paano ko gagawin to na mag-isa? Since wala naman ako masyadong ginagawa nung time na yun, so I did it as me.
All by yourself?
Yes,
the whole
all by myself. Wala akong ginagawa na, I was freelancer, so ginawa ko siya through and through. From script to approvals, yung pa-approvals, to project management, kausap ko si client, to client relations, tapos storyboarding, to animation. So lahat siya hanggang i-deliver yung CD pa nun. So CD pa, final artwork. So i-deliver ko dun sa PA, sa MRT North. Okay. Deliver ko yun. Sabi ng PA sa akin, sir, ba't kayo naghahatid nito? Tapos kukunin mo na lang.
Wala ba yung messenger mo? Ganun?
Wala. Yung sabi niya, ba't kayo nag-deliver nito, sir? Ganyan. Sabi ko, hindi kunin mo na lang. Basta yun. Tapos parang gano'n yung time na yun. And then what I got from there, so nagustuhan nila, syempre may mga revisions, normal stuff. So nagka-revisions hanggang sa final artwork. And then from there, yung nakuha kong money, normal, how old am I? So I think I was 23 during that time, or 24. A normal 23, siguro bibili ng mags ng kotse, or siguro phone, or mga ganun. Ang trip ko lang nun, bumili ng machine. Machine yung tawag ko sa computer. So, bumili lang ng isang mabilis na machine para maka-freelance ako. So, from there, dun ako nagkaroon ng unang machine, and then I hired tax. Kasi from there, dun nagsimula yung excess. Kasi hindi nila ako babayaran. So, nagkaroon ng bookkeeping na hindi ko rin alam kung anong ginagawa na doon. Tapos parang, ito pala yung mga requirement, mga ganun. Tapos doon nagsimula, from freelancer, na ang bayad is ikaw as a person.
Oh yeah, because like they couldn't pay you
without receipts. They couldn't pay. Yes. So from there, doon nagsimula. And then, I hired, I think, first one lang yun eh. Then a week after, naging 2. So naging 4 kami doon sa office. So I started from the room, 8 square meter lang yun, dun sa stairs namin. So dun ako nag-work lang.
That was your first office?
That was my very first office. Kasi ako ginawa to. So that was my very first office. And then, kinuha ko meron kasi kaming studio apartments, yung mami ko. Kinuha ko yung isa dun. So yun yung pangalawa kong office. Technically, na ang tawag ay excess na. So, pero yung una, ako lang, tapos room lang. So, there. Tapos nag-progress siya. Kinuha ko yung Studio B. Nagbabayad ako sa mami ko ng renta.
Ng rent? Okay. So, hindi naman to free?
Hindi siya free kasi dun actually, okay nga siya. Okay dun yung...
Because it develops the discipline
yes, oo, na parang, overhead. Hindi ko pa alam ang tawag ay overhead. Oo, hindi ko alam. So, parang, it develops a discipline na, ayun, i-ready mo to, i-ready mo yan. So, actually, marami siyang, along the way, may mga portions na wala kang pang sweldo. Apat lang naman yung tao mo. Tapos wala kang pang sweldo. Nung time na yun, wala kang pang sweldo. Rumakit ako. As ako, ulit. Not as excess or a business owner or whatever. Rumakit ako as a creative director and then tumawag sa akin yung bookkeeper ko during that time. Tumawag sa akin, sir, kulang ng 5,000. Hindi ko alam, siguro it all fell into place nung time na yun. So siguro it's, I think months after na nun mga latter part. A year after or months after, sir, kulang ng 5,000. Hindi ko alam kung malakas ako kay Lord or sa guardian angel ko or whatever you call it. Nung time na yun, kulang ng sound, what do you call that sa event? Sound engineer.
Okay.
Hindi pumasok. Ngayon, tropa ko yung director ng event. Kung ano yung creative, tapos ako yung creative direct ng the whole event. Okay. Pero tropa ko yung director, yung event director. Yeah. Hindi daw pumasok. So, hindi ako nag-lunch. Sabi ko, ako na kukuha niyan. Pinag-aralan ko yung
on the spot?
Yes, on the spot. Pinag-aralan ko yung audio. Tapos, kasi ako rin yung may...
You have the vision for the event.
Yes, the vision for the event. And then ako rin sa akin din nanggaling yung audio, pero hindi siya ni-mix. Ang mag-mix yung absent. Yeah. Tapos, 5,000 ng fee nun.
Yung fee.
Tapos, from there, kulang ng 5,000. And then, yung nakuha ko pa from the racket. And then, from there, sumweldo sila. Tapos, marami pa yun. Tapos, hindi ako kumain nun. Kumain ako tapos ng event. So, yung event natapos around 12. So, egress pa yan. So, ayan. Natagpuan ko lang yung sarili ko. Nakaupo ko sa yung sa labas ng Mawai, may Ferris wheel. Kumain ng hamburger. Sabi ko, ano ginagawa mo sa sarili mo? Ano ba to? Kasi supposedly, kung, alam mo yun, if you're not thinking ahead or thinking forward, isipin mo, ba't mo binibigay yung kita mo sa mga taong hindi na. Pero during that time, hindi siya kasi, it's not about me. It's about making something out of it. Parang,
you were trying to build it
into a company. Hindi ko pa alam yung idea about, sacrifice first, or parang, in the long run, yung thinking in the long run. Wala akong ganun. It's just, feeling ko lang, yun yung sinasabi ng gut feel ko. And every time na my gut feel says something, I listen to it. Pero yun din, ibang story na yun kapag hindi ko pinakinggan yung gut feel ko. And marami siyang nangyayari. So yun. So basically yun.
That was a year after you got the first project?
Yes, that was a year. Actually, yung project nagsanga-sanga. Ang nangyari, hindi pa kami ma-advertise nun. But we relied on social media. Pero nagkaroon ng kind of word of mouth sa network na meron kami. So, network na meron ako, meron yung mga friends ko, ganyan. From there, dun siya lumaki. Just like Ella, yung time na to, di ba? So, yeah, basically.
What do you think distinguishes you from other creatives? Like, there are a lot of creatives, di ba, na they do freelancing and, there's this dream of eventually building it into a company. So, what do you think distinguishes you from other creatives or other entrepreneurs that you've been able to build it, like from that story that you're telling, like you almost couldn't make payroll, to where we are now. We're sitting here in your big conference room in this big office. So, what do you think separates you from others?
Separates, I don't see myself that I'm na meron akong special power or something na I'm different ang kakaiba ako No. I just follow what I know is right. So, dun lang lagi tayo. And then from there, I know my skill set. Feeling ko it's about self-awareness. I know my skill set. Hindi mo ako mapag-circuit training or hindi mo ako or do something else. Pero I know my skill set and from there, I work on it. So, and then, feeling ko lang rin, I don't get rattled easily.
Okay.
Like I don't hindi ako madali maapektuhan with a lot of things because I know myself really well and I can confidently say that. So I don't surrender most of the time. And then when I say na hindi okay na yan, that's where na alam ko talaga I did my part. Pero normally I don't back out to any challenges that's along my way. And up to this moment, ganun pa rin naman yung practice namin. And then, siguro what separates me, kung technically speaking, I balance siguro left brain and right brain. So normally, diba, if you're creative, ano na nga ba yun? Right brain ba? Or right brain? Yeah. Right brain, diba? If you're creative, right brain is parang mas dominant, or tas pag if you're rational and logical, left brain is dominant. Tinake ko yung test sa Facebook. Alam mo yung mga
which is very reliable.
Which is very reliable.
Very scientific.
No, pero parang yun yung mga ganun, parang feeling ko lang din. I check, I fact check. Hindi siya parang, oy, maubos yung budget nyo dahil sobrang creative na nung ginagawa. Parang, it's just a balance of things. So if you're doing a creative company, you have to be creative, and at the same time, you have to be logical and realistic. Because sometimes you get overboard. Yeah. So sometimes you spend too much on creative things. It's pricey and it's expensive. Hindi mo siya masustain along the way. So you have to balance it out lang. So something like that.
One of the things that I really admire about how you build your companies is that you've been able to groom partners.
Yeah.
Na they didn't start off as partners.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yes. Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Because I always believe in people. I always believe in people, what they can do, their talents, and I work well with potential. I don't work na, uy, magaling ka na, dumating ka sa akin.
Okay.
Kasi magaling ka na eh. Ano pang gagawin natin? So parang, okay, magaling ka na, and then you do your thing. Okay lang ako rin doon sa part na yun. Pero, how can we grow together? Kasi ako, I believe na hindi pa ako magaling. Hindi pa to lahat. Hindi pa siya lahat. So how can we grow together? And if that person, like a random person, would come here in the office and he thinks that he is the best and he is good at it, and I am still growing, the owner of the company, we won't work together.
Yeah, it's not gonna jive. Yeah.
Hindi siya doon. Hindi kami mag-jive. But if you think of yourself that I have the potential, just like me, thinking that I have the potential, we have the potential to grow. And then, pwede tayong let's grow together. Because the company is growing still. Hindi pa naman kami yung talagang
that's a finished
company,
product.
The finished product na eto na kami, we have arrived. No, we're not that. So, just as the same that I have my first employee, yung sinabi ko kanina, that I hired two, the artist, now he's the owner and my partner in our virtual tour company in Singapore.
Okay.
So, there. So, nag-groom sila into someone na as business partner. So now he is my business partner on that. So
somebody who started with you in that 8 square meter room.
Yes.
So
from that studio, yes. Okay. So now, nandun din tayo sa growth. Kasi it's always growing, it's always changing. If we're stagnant, wala ring mangyayari. If we're still on that area, and it took us parang years as nandun pa rin kami, parang papapansin din namin sa sarili namin na, wait, teka muna, what are we doing? Hobby na lang ba to?
Yeah.
Diba? So it's all about growing. So there.
So how
nag-burp ako, so edit out. Sorry.
How do you like, do you find it challenging to find like people to build your team around? Like in general, is it easy for XS to get like good candidates, good applicants, or is that something you also struggle with?
Yan naman, confident naman kami for applicants and for people coming in to the company, because we don't base it on resumes, or hindi ko alam kung ilang company gumagawa. We don't base it on resumes. We base it on what we see, your talent, your attitude, your willingness to learn, and then more on that. So hindi kami masyado nahihirapan. And then we believe that we are a modern company and we are a millennial company, so we are up to date. So hindi siya parang, oy, hindi ka pumasok ng 1 hour late ka or 2 hour late ka, ano ka na, bibilangin ko yan, tanggal ka na this month. Something na gano'n. So hindi rin siya gano'n. So we're not having a hard time naman to get talents, because talents are everywhere. Talents are everywhere. You just have to know who fits in your company. And basically, if I have to interview, on an executive level, if I have to interview the person, ako mismo ang mag-interview. Yung iba HR naman, yung iba naman yung mga team heads, yung iba naman yung mga managers. Pero if it is myself na mag-interview, mas madali kasi. Kasi I started din naman interviewing. Siyempre, ako yung nag-hire nung una pa. So yun. And then I taught them na ano yung tinitingnan mo. And then I ask a random question.
Like what kind of random questions?
Like how can you describe the color blue to a blind person? Okay. Something like that. Or what is the color of ano ba to? If there's a music for sunrise, what is it? So because that shows personality. Talent is there. Technical is there. Hindi naman siguro ka-graduate yan kung hindi niya alam yung Photoshop or Illustrator or Cinema 4D. It's that Pero it's about the potential and how that person thinks. If he fits the company or not. Pero wag naman maging bias na kada sagot niya may bungo or something. Hindi naman ganun. Kasi baka very patronizing yun na, I love gold po kasi. I love bungo. I love skulls and ganyan. Very excess naman yan. So parang alam na rin namin kapag ganun. Pero pag yung alam namin mag-fit and mag-gel, it's more in the dynamics actually. It's a secret. Kung ano siya, sa company itself, it's more in dynamics versus working independently kasi it's always a process. There's a process involved. If it doesn't involve dynamics in the company, wala kayong ma-accomplish. Kasi marami dyan, kunyari, dalawang magaling, pero wala silang dynamics.
Yeah, they can collaborate.
Yeah. No. So, hindi siya mag-work. So, there.
You mentioned being a modern company. This is something you mentioned to me before, no? That you guys have a 4-day work week.
Yes, we
so actually today we're recording this on a Wednesday.
Walang pasok.
Walang pasok today. So when did you decide to do that?
Kasi inisip namin, una muna, siguro kung company welfare, nakakat siya ng cost for electricity. Okay. So yun muna, for overhead. So that's one. Pangalawa, ang ganda na meron kang rest sa gitna ng week. And then, pangatlo, di ba kasi, yun nga, I was a designer. And nainis ako kapag tumatayo ako, tapos kailangan ko siya pagpabukas. So, uuwi ako, gagawin ko siya, either mag-OT ako ngayon, or uuwi ako, and then pa-continue ko siya bukas. And nandun na yung, momentum ko na mag-design. Eh ngayon, if you do 10-hour a day, tapos nagagawa mo siya, matatapos mo yung design within a day. A day mas maayos. Kesa sa napuputol siya ng napuputol. And then you have a break on Wednesdays. And then, yun lang siya, actually. So, and then it works.
So overall, you feel like it works productivity-wise?
Productivity-wise, it works. Kasi pagpasok ng Thursday, fresh sila ulit. Tapos ng Friday. Yun. Tapos feeling ko rin, it reflects, yung owner, di ba ganun siya? So parang, yung owner, it reflects the company. Kasi parang anak mo siya or asawa, ewan ko kung anong tawag sa kanya. So it reflects yung efficiency din ng mga tao. So yun din yung naging namin, highlight. So,
but you're almost always here on a Wednesday. Like the last few times we've met on a Wednesday.
Yes.
So it only applies to your team?
Yes, to the teams lang. Pero ako, kaya ako nandito pag Wednesday, wala lang. Gusto ko lang mag-work ng Wednesday. Oh, yun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going back to when you mentioned how do you in terms of dealing with struggles or challenges, you said you're not somebody who gives up easily.
Yeah.
Do you ever experience self-doubt?
Anong degree of self-doubt? Because I always believe there's a degree of self-doubt. Basta in tune ka pa rin dun sa gut feel mo. It's not self-doubt. You're just nervous. If you're just nervous, that's good. Kapag hindi ka na kinakabahan, you will never grow. So, parang sa akin, sometimes or most of the time, I have my doubts with my decisions. And lagi siya kapag hindi ako in tune sa gut feel ko, sabi ko na lagi akong ganun. Sabi ko na nung na-feel ko yun, hindi ko pa siya ma-compartmentalize or whatever you call that. Wala pa yung effect dun sa decision ko na yun. Wala pa yung effect na yun. Pero malalaman ko siya eventually kasi naramdaman ko na siya beforehand. So beforehand, parang inisip ko, parang may mali, pero hindi ko alam kung ano.
Yeah.
So yun siya, parang, basta, okay lang siya. Tapos tanong ako ng tanong sa mga tao, okay lang ba yun? Parang okay lang ba yun? Tapos dun pumapasok yung parang kinakabahan ako on that aspect. So yun.
But in terms of how you built the company, like you mentioned that moment when you were at the event, eating past midnight, and you were asking yourself like, like, bakit mo ginagawa? Parang ganun, or bakit mo ba ginawa ito?
Yeah.
Do you experience that type of parang self-doubt, like at this point na you built this group already?
I don't know if it was self-doubt. It was just questioning your priorities during that time. Ano ba talagang priority mo? Gusto mo ba ng pera? Gusto mo ba ng company? Gusto mo ba ng project? Gusto mo maging Chris Rojas? O gusto mo magkaroon ng access? Or I don't know. It's just questions in my mind. But I never doubted myself that I can do something out of it. So yun siguro siya. It's not about self-doubt. It's about, you always question yourself, diba?
The question, it's more like,
tama ba? Oo.
Is it more like questioning how you're getting there?
Yes.
Pero alam mo, you're gonna get there.
Tapos hindi mo pa, yun pa nga, hindi ko nga alam eh. I just want to move forward from this. Yun lang siya lagi. Hindi siya about, uy, gawa ko ng company na ganito yung itsura ng conference room, or gawa ko ng company na ganito yung, hindi siya step by step. It just happened na siguro I didn't give up or I didn't surrender. I just, marami lang siguro akong question during that time. Pero eventually, it presented to me. The answers presented to me. Minsan hindi ko lang nakikita. Or lahat tayo, minsan, nandiyan yung sagot, hindi mo pa nakikita eh. Pero basically, yun siya during that time. It's not self-doubt.
Who do you look up to in your field? Like as a creative, like is there somebody that you idolize or?
In our field, local.
Any local, or is there a creative person like that you idolize or wala?
Kailangan creative?
Di naman.
Siguro kung idolize na lang
idolize,
siguro.
In general.
Sino ba tong pinapa? I look up to a lot of people. Siguro, isa kahit hindi ka-field natin, siguro Shonda Rhimes, how she did her TV shows, how she's a titan of television. So siguro Oprah, napaka-generic, pero why not, di ba? So ngayon, ang pinapakinggan ko yata what's her name? Lisa Nichols. So I think she's a motivational speaker. For design, what's his name? Meron na agency. David Droga.
Okay.
Yes. Cool yun. I like din na creative siya and then gumawa siya ng company. Ayan. Tapos corny siguro pag sabi kong Ogilvy. Ayoko yan. Siguro. So, napaka sobrang generic naman. So, marami. Actually, I look up to a lot of people. Minsan nga, I just stumble upon them. Tapos meron pa, hindi siya look up to people, natutuwa lang ako if I see something beautiful. Like, any creative actually. I like acid post. Nakakakita ko lang kasi nung Instagram nila. Sabi ko, ang gagaling naman itong mga to. Tapos, hindi naman siya parang dating na parang, uy, super idol. Pero I just like what they do. I appreciate. Dan Matutina. I appreciate what he's been doing. Ito yung sa mga local, no. Basically that. Pero meron din ako mga moments na tumitingin lang ako ng inspiration. Yun. Just like what I said. Minsan nga pag lang ako, parang if I feel nervous about a decision, wala. Di pakinggan mo yung grad speech ni Steve Jobs or something.
Yeah, of course.
Yung mga ganun lang habang nagla-lunch, hindi ko alam. So parang may mga ganun moment or grad speech ni Oprah or whatever. So may mga ganun lang akong moments. Pero, yeah.
Since you
was it David Droga? Baka mali pa ako ng pangalan. David Droga yata.
Since you mentioned Oprah and Shonda, media titans, no? You also had your own media company called We the Public, which is something that I think actually the reason why we reconnected last year was also because of We the Public.
Yes.
Is that something you can tell us, like the direction of We the Public?
Paano ba? Kasi I sold We the Public, but I think what we did with We the Public is we are proud. We are proud of what we did with We the Public. It had a lot of traction and unforgettable articles and memes.
Yeah,
and,
all the memes.
and we're the ones who were the first media platform to introduce Ethel Buba. And we're the first ones who we worked with Kanye, we worked with Kiara, we worked with I think a lot of festivals, Wonderland, Chroma Music Festivals. We featured Shira Luna, so I think we were really we were proud of what we did and the tremendous traction that we got from there, from 0 to 1 million views to 2 million views to 8,000 shares. So yeah, we're really proud of it. So, and right now I sold it and it was a good deal. And that's what I said, that's where creativity, the left brain and the right brain should balance.
Correct.
So if you think that it is, and then it's a combination of it's a combination. It's a decision making, gut feel, lahat siya, left brain, right brain. So you function mo si right, function mo si right brain, and then si left brain, is it rational that you will sell the company? So it's just right that you sell the company and then you benefit from it because it's your product. Correct. Still, yeah. And if we were given a chance to do it again sometime, maybe not the same as We the Public, maybe why not? Yeah. So yeah. So there.
So how do you decide, like with XS Group, you've grown it into 6 companies, right?
Used to be 6. Now
so
it's 4.
4.
Yeah.
So how do you decide like that this is going to be a new company and not just like a division within?
Una muna lucrativity, if there's such a word. So if it's lucrative, market potential for that. So from there, gawa namin siya ng unit, or from unit, gawa natin ng business.
And that's when you pinpoint like somebody from your team who can lead.
Yes, from there. So yeah.
So that's a very good approach because at least it gives.
Yeah.
I think your people a real incentive na.
Yes.
That because I think it's medyo parang cliche, diba? Like most business owners, we like to tell our employees, think like an owner. Diba? Think like it's your business. But then
I never said that actually.
Diba? Parang there's no reward naman for the employee to actually do it. Diba? So I think it's very rare. So that's something that I really look up to you for when you told me about that. This is your setup. That you actually train your people, you groom them, and actually give them the opportunity. So it's not just lip service na. Do it like it's your company. It can really be their company.
Yes. Eventually, yes.
Correct. Sir, may iba naman tayo. Like, what's your typical day like?
Typical day.
Like, do you have a morning routine? How do you?
Do I use busy now? Kasi it's more of productive. I learned it the hard way. So due to sa health, mga ganon. Siyempre magkakasakit ka if you were just busy and you don't work. Work smart, yung mga ganong mga naibabasa ko lang. Yeah. So parang sa akin, a normal day should be productive. Whether it's about you taking care of your health, it's about you going to the mall. It should be productive because it's about you. Productive. It's either you are working or you are doing a conference call. So this is a typical day for me. So ngayon, pinasukan ko na ng meet with friends. So that I don't do that. So ngayon, may dinner na with friends. So dati kasi, I just work. And then matutulog ako around, let's say, 3 a.m.
Okay.
So yun, I wake up around 9. Tapos ngayon, sinamahan ko na siya ng dinner with friends. Tapos, pagising ko, I check out our Slack and our email. So, and then coffee, syempre, breakfast, ganyan. Or normally, hindi ako nagbe-breakfast. Tapos, pag na-check ko na lahat and I give my directions and outputs, maglalaro ako Mobile Legends for like, I don't know, 30 minutes yata, o ganyan. O, ano niyo ako, laro tayo. Anyway, so, naglalaro ako noon, and then, ayun na, I prepared going to the office because it has to be balanced. Hindi na ako naniniwala sa dati na, work ka lang, ganyan. Kasi dati, I don't have time for myself.
Just all out work.
Yes, I don't have time for myself. Like, yun na siya. Pagising ko, yun na siya. Bago ko matulog siya pa rin yun. Tapos konting tulog lang, and then yun siya. Now, I allowed myself to have fun and then do some vacations. And on weekends, I go to our family house. Yung mga ganun. Kasi before, I don't do that. Tapos, I allowed myself to go to, let's say, go to the church or whatever that is. Go to the mall, ganyan. That before, I never seen a mall. I've never seen a mall for, I think, 8 months. Wow. Hindi ako nagmo-mall dati kasi wala naman akong panahon. Parang ganun yung dating sa akin. Pero
she's
now,
saying something because Filipinos are like going to the mall. So 8 months, it's like
parang mga ganun, 8 months. As in, may mga ganun akong moment kasi I just work. Kasi kung mayroon akong parang bibilin siguro sa ano lang, convenience store, mga ganun lang. Because I just worked and worked. And then sabi ko, hindi pala siya okay. Kasi minsan, either mababaliw ka or maano yung health mo. So, parang siyang ganun. So, now, ngayon ko natutunan yung balance. Kaya mag-Instagram na ako, mga ganun na. May mga pa-Instagram na ako, may mga ganun na. Pero before, wala ako kasing mga ganun. So, yun. It helps pala.
Speaking of Instagram, you have we have a really sizable following on Instagram. What do you credit that big following or influence on Instagram?
On Instagram, what's the question specifically?
Like, is it like do you find like more people follow you for the work that you do?
I think it's more on the work that I do. Kasi it's more on this. It's more on access. It's more
people
on...
want to follow your footsteps.
Maybe. I don't know. But maybe because I do this and maybe I can inspire... I do inspire people because of what I do. So basically, yun lang naman siya. Hindi naman ako... I don't do Instagram for, let's say, yung iba kasi for... Siyempre, hindi ko naman... I would be a hypocrite kung hindi siya about vanity kasi minsan naman ang saya kaya mag-selfie, di ba? Okay. So so pwedeng ganon, pero I mostly do it for the brand. I mostly do it for access. So yeah.
So what advice would you give to somebody, let's say, who's following you, who's looking up to you, maybe they're aspiring to eventually create their own company or go into the same field? What type of advice would you give them?
Just don't. As in, one advice na madaming advice. What other question? Yeah. It's not about, this would sound like a cliche, but it's not about the money. It's not about the money. If you're doing a business or any type of business, it's not about the money. Money is just a tool. I always say that. Tool for you to do more. Tool for you to influence other people. Tool for you to grow and to grow other people. Tool for you to make something out of yourself. Money is just there. Yeah. Kakapapanood ko lang kagabi ng Triple Frontier. Tinapon nila yung pera sa ano. Yeah. Kasi it's about, diba, surviving. Yeah. So parang ganun. Dun ko na-realize, nga, yung sinasabi natin na it's money, money, money. No, it's just a tool. Kasi eventually, kikitain mo yan if you love what you do. So that's one. Pangalawa, don't learn to communicate. Communicate well with other people because communication and comprehension is really important. Third is love your people. So it will always be about your people. You are not there if they're not here. You are not in your position. Sorry, ang labo nun. You are not in your position if it wasn't for them. And you take care of them all the time. You have to protect them. You have to take care of them. You have to grow with them. You have to train them. So, there. And siguro, if you want to pursue this, have siguro tough heart siguro na ganun. Kasi it's a gritty and it's a difficult, or should I say difficult? It's ano siguro magandang words? It's a tough industry, if I may say. So it's a tough industry. It's a cutthroat. There's a cutthroat competition, and then you have to have that toughness in you. Tough heart, tough mind, tough whatever yourself. Yeah.
That's great advice from Chris. Especially, I think when people see on social media like mga entrepreneurs, and they see, well, wow, parang this person is doing this. They look so successful. It seems like their life is so easy. But the reality is, like, I mean, as a fellow entrepreneur, I can really attest to. I mean, I've been doing this for 11 years. It always seems easy on the outside. It seems like everything's perfect.
Yeah.
But on a day-to-day basis,
Hindi.
the amount of problems that you have to deal with every day,
Exactly.
diba? Even the things that you don't like, sometimes you realize, pati ba yan? Kailangan ko problemahin.
Yes, pati panlinis ng CR.
Diba? Exactly.
Bilang ng cleaning materials.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
Diba? So yeah, that's really great advice. Having that tough, I think, like strengthening your heart, having that grit.
Yeah.
I think that's really one thing that, I mean, if I was to look for an advice when I started, I think that's one of the things that would have really helped.
Yeah.
So looking, I mean, you've been running XS
for 8 years now.
8 years now, right? What do you see? Where do you see XS like in the next, let's say, 10 years?
10 years, the next 10 years, we want to gain more clients. We want to dominate Southeast Asia as what our direction is going now. And then we want to dominate Asia as well. So, and then from Asia, maybe the world. So, so from there, and also we want to train more people. We want to work with a lot of brands. And we want to do everything that is related to what we do, because we don't stop innovating. So maybe may lalabas pa dyan na ibang technology, or may lalabas dyan na ibang technology or platform. We won't stop on doing that as long as we have the grit nga, and we have this basic business model that we have. So yeah.
What's the, like, out of everything you've done, and you've obviously had a lot of great work, you've won a lot of awards. What's the most memorable piece of work that you're like most proud of?
Most proud of piece of work.
Accomplishment. In the 8 years that you've been running.
Alam mo, ang cheesy niya siguro, pero I would say sobrang proud ko sa mga tao that's been with XS. Sobrang proud ko. We have developed people. They're one of the best in what they do. And they're yung iba nasa Dubai na, yung iba nasa ibang country na. They're working on a lot of brands. They're working on GQ. They're working on Louis Vuitton. Nice. So parang yung ganon, it's more on accomplishment for us. Na even though na they're not here, for me, it's accomplishment that you started here. Yeah. Na we started XS all together. And then yung ganon, sobrang accomplishment. And then at the same time, within our company, accomplishment namin that there are people that are going places within the company, that they own a part of the company or they own another company that's related to XS. So basically, ano siya, it's fulfilling for us, the management, fulfilling for me, na I see people grow. Kasi when I say na parang, what's your favorite piece of work or something you're proud of? Every agency would say, I did this for Coca-Cola and it won 12, whatever. So parang ganon, parang okay, parang sige, but it's not about that, because that's an agency. That yun talaga ginagawa ng agency. That's what an agency should be. If you're proud of that, then it's different. Doon ka lang proud. Parang yun yung sa akin. Pero if you did something for the person, you changed the life of the person, that's something. So yun siya for me. So yeah. So basically, it's about our people going places, talents, internally, externally. It's about people from XS. Even our interns, I'm really proud of. Yung mga interns namin, senior account executives na. Yung mga interns namin, art director na sa ganitong agency. So we are really proud of them. Yung iba, nag-one-man exhibit na intern namin. So nakakasold lang mga paintings. So yeah, we're really proud of that. So there.
That's actually... That's one of the best answers I've ever heard, especially coming from somebody who's actually accomplished a lot, who's won a lot of awards. So actually, before I ask my final question, I'd like to acknowledge you, Chris, for who you are as a creative and as an employer.
Thank you.
As an entrepreneur. you're one of the most generous people I've met. Not just in terms of your creativity, but I think you have a really good heart in terms of really wanting the best for people, and it's one of the things that really, I think it's one of the things I really appreciate about you.
Thank you.
So, I just want to acknowledge you for that. So my final question: what is the lasting impact you want to leave in this world? Like years from now, like when at the end of your life, years and years and years from now, like how do you want to be remembered?
How do I want to be remembered? As someone, una muna, I want to be remembered that I was the founder of XS, and I want XS to be to live longer than me. That's the plan. Kasi wala naman ako, ano to ginawa ko pag na-deads ako, wala rin siya.
Yeah.
No, hindi siya ganun. I want XS to live longer than me, and I want to be remembered as a leader that didn't give up on everyone. So, yeah, yun lang siya.
Nice. That's a true meaningful legacy.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you have it. That's it for the first episode of Kendrick Loves to Brand with Chris, Egan Roxas.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there anything you wanna where can people follow you? Do you want anything to announce?
They can just check accessmultimedia.co. So it's co, walang M. So and Instagram Access Multimedia. My personal Instagram is Chris Egan Roxas, and then there.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you guys for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate and review the show on iTunes. It will help more people discover the show. You can also share a screen cap of the show on your social media accounts. Make sure to tag me and let me know which part of the episode you like or didn't like. All feedback is certainly welcome, so feel free to reach out to me on Instagram @KendrickCo to let me know what topics you'd like to be covered next and who you want to hear or learn from in future episodes. Until next time, do the work you want to see done, because life's too short to not be creating your life's work.